Introducing Levi. Welcome to Dimensions Creating Characters. So Levi, he is a wizard in case you hadn't guessed from the thumbnail. But yeah, as for his role in the story, he is a part of a society of mages. So within this world, it's a very vast galaxy full of, definitely high fantasy magic powered through lots of solar powered gems. Some characters are born with magic naturally, others have to use the gems, and so on. But those who either have a great potential or have just trained so much to the point where their magic is just far beyond what other people would be able to really defend themselves against, they are offered basically a chance to join a team of wizards, or I guess a cult, more of a cult, if you will. But yeah, so a similar thing in real life. In martial arts, if you get to a certain level, I think it's a certain level of black belt, you legally have to get your hands registered as lethal weapons because, well, yeah, someone could just go out and kill somebody. Obviously, it's much easier for the person who's taken all that training. So that same concept is for, is for this area. So essentially, the wizards will come over, they'll ask you if you want to join, and they'll pose it as if it's an option. Because if you say no, then they will take you out right then and there because you're considered just too dangerous to be off on your own. So yeah, Liam did luckily for him, he did end up taking them up on the offer and joined their ranks. So he was an apprentice though, because he was on the side if he had a whole bunch of potential, but just, need to be formed. So, yep. Now the Society of Wizards, once you join them, they obviously have a huge say-so in how you use your powers and what you use them for. So when a huge war breaks out, the central conflict of the story, big old empire trying to take over everything, the wizards are, they definitely go and console each other. These are wizards, witches, everything else, warlocks. They console each other in their council, and they're like, well, we're going to stay out of it because we're just too powerful and let it play out. Levi, on the other hand, does not agree with that because, well, there's this big old bullies going blocking out people's sons. Like, that's that's kind of just not the moral right thing to do. It's like you have all these powers, just going to sit there and watch it happen. So Levi naturally decides to leave, which unfortunately for him, they cared more about him leaving than the destruction of entire worlds. But yeah, so that ends up having a lot of wizard assassins being sent after him. So that's definitely interesting plot point there. But yeah, that is what I will say on Liam. So yeah, that's where his story is, and that is where he is when the main characters, Guardian, Scarlet, Maverick, I'm sure you've seen them, Red Knight, when they end up meeting him in the story, that's where he is on the run, and they help him out. Oh yeah, I'll talk about these gems real quick, I suppose. So, in this story, I'll try and reveal them as we go, but different colored gems are specialized for different kinds of magic. For example, green gems specifically are great for healing, nature, all that stuff, and because, green plants. But, the darker a gem usually is, especially the green ones, the more unstable they are. So this specific combination of it being dark green makes it more specialized to be able to manipulate time. Now again, it takes a lot of training to do this, which is why he's working towards being able to do that. But these are two gems here which are emphasized by these the magical golden plating that's right here as well. So the magic's already being emphasized by that, and that's what he's working towards. Beyond that, he's already able to, he do basic fireball, shield, all the other good stuff that wizards can definitely do in fantasies. But yeah, so that's what he's working towards now. He can use telekinesis, but his goal, he wants to be able to control time, or at least to, be able to freeze it while enemies fighting. So, this gives him, not getting hit in there, gives him that advantage. But yeah, that is Levi for you guys. And without further ado, I will show him to y'all up close. And here we have Levi, and I will add, if y'all have any questions about the magic system or the world building or anything else, feel free to comment. I shared enough, at least for you to understand this character, hopefully, but yeah, if you have any questions, love to answer. With that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. As always, tune in next time to see more characters, and have a great rest of your day.